What is up, guys? How's it going? I just got back from my week-long trip. I went up to Montreal. It was my second time going there. I went to Chicago, which was my first time. Came back to New York and then drove up to Boston, which was also the first time experience for me. And I gotta say, it was really fun. I got to see 3 large cities, and Chicago being the 3rd largest city in the United States, it was definitely cool to see another city other than New York City. So something that really came to my mind, which I found was interesting, was that when I was going through different cities, I noticed a different demographic of cars. In Montreal, I did not see too many nice cars, but when I did see nice cars, they were really nice. I saw Ferrari FF, I saw like a GTRs, you know, very common Lamborghinis, and that's because the Grand Prix weekend was starting, and I guess just cars were starting to come for that weekend. When I went to Chicago, I didn't see too many nice cars. The only thing that I remotely consider a nice car would be a GTR that I saw there, and like a Porsche Panamera. Other than that, I didn't really see too many nice cars, but what I saw in Chicago was really nice bikes, and I found that really interesting. And what's really cool about Chicago, I don't know if most people would consider it cool, but it's cool to me, is that in Chicago or in Illinois, there isn't a helmet law for bikes. So I saw so many people riding around without helmets, and that was just the weirdest thing for me, because I'm from New York, and you know, in New York we have helmet laws. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's pretty cool. So the final place that I went to was Boston, and Boston, I didn't see any nice cars at all. And the roads were terrible, because it was the only place that I actually drove. So Boston roads are pretty terrible, and I really feel sorry for the car enthusiasts who live there. So that brings me to the topic of this video, which is basically, if you are a car enthusiast, do you naturally dislike the city? Because in the city, you really don't have the opportunity to drive a car like you would want to drive it. There's a bunch of traffic. The roads are usually terrible in cities. And to top it all off, you're probably gonna encounter a lot of bad drivers when you're in the city. So for me, I personally never see myself living in a big city. I went to Harvard Medical School to check it out. If I actually had the credentials to get into Harvard Medical School, I don't even know if I would attend the school, just simply because of the location, because it's in the city. And I don't know if that's like a naive thing to say, but when you're a car enthusiast and you really love cars, I wouldn't be able to have a car if I lived in the city. And so that's just one of the things that I noticed, and I was wondering if it's really the case. You'll either have people who drive really nice cars who just like the city so that they can show it off, or you'll have like normal cars that people drive around, and crappy cars that people drive around so that they can leave their nice cars at home and not get into really bad accidents simply because there's just so many bad drivers in the city. For those of you guys who live in the city, what do you guys do with your nice cars? Do you just drive them on the weekends? Do you daily drive them? I personally never see myself living in the city, and I really love Long Island where I live right now because I'm able to have a garage, I'm able to have a driveway. I'm not going to be putting my car through a car wash, so that's out of the question. If any of you guys are from the city and can fill me in on how you can be a car guy in the city, I'd love to hear it. I'm sorry if that's coming off as sounding naive and whatnot, but I just can't wrap my head around how somebody can be a car enthusiast, a true car enthusiast, and want to live in the city. Thank you guys for watching me rant about how I hate the city. If you guys can fill me in, I would love to hear your stories on how you're a car enthusiast, yet you still live in the city. I'll see you guys next time.